world, why don't you give a rat's ass about Iran? Hey, all you good people who say you want people to free themselves and to be freed from oppressive regimes around the world, why don't you give a rat's ass about Iran? Thousands of Iranians, just like you, are risking it all. Dozens have been killed, thousands arrested and perhaps disappeared. They're doing this against the worst Islamist regime on the planet. How come it doesn't get the attention that we've seen before? Iranian-American attorney, human rights influencer, Elika Laban tweeted today, "The Iranian people are coming for the terrorists. Stand back. It's go time." My friend Elika joins me now. Happy New Year. Thank you for being here. You know, with your tutelage and urging, I have been on this every time it has bubbled up and have been hoping for more. What does go time mean this time?
Go time means that the people are out in the streets more than they've ever been in all these past 3 years since the Masa Amini revolution kicked off in 2022. That was more than 3 years ago now. We have never seen this unprecedented level of uprisings in Iran, which is basically testimony to the entire nation saying no to the Islamic regime and coming out in droves to free themselves from the terrorist regime.
Now, you've told me many times that Americans need to pay more attention to what has happened in Iran because you see echoes of the fundamentalism.
Yeah. Yes, so, Iran started with exactly the same backstory. There was this sort of socialist promise that came to Iran that said essentially, the way that you're going to free yourself and find this utopia is if you fight Western imperialism. It's Western imperialism that is your enemy. And it was that socialist lie that essentially fermented the 1979 Islamic Revolution that led to where we are today, because people believed this dream that socialism was the answer, this dream that everything could be free, this dream that humanity and all of these, intoxicating Marxist buzzwords were going to be the way to free ourselves from oppression. They discovered soon after that was just what I call a great lie. And the reason that I tell Americans to pay attention to what is going on in Iran now is because they are living in the aftermath of that lie. They are not just living in the aftermath of tyranny, they are living in the aftermath of what happens when you believe these indulgent fantasies about this utopia that is absolutely not achievable and derail a system that isn't perfect, but at the end of the day works for human beings. And that is the message that is coming out of Iran right now. Do not be fooled by the righteous dream.
So ordinarily I would have said, yeah, but America's not going to get involved, not under a Trump administration, because he's America first. But with what we just saw in Venezuela and the talk, and then Lindsey Graham says, don't worry, Iran, help is coming. What do you make of these signals and America's potential?
I think just exactly the same as you, Chris. Before I would have dismissed it because unfortunately many times we have had these false promises, from people saying that they would be there for us, they would stand up for us. We've had people say, if you go into the streets, we will have your back if they start killing you. And then, of course, everybody disappeared once the killing began. In this case, just like what you said, with what happened with Maduro recently, turns out Trump isn't afraid to put his money where his mouth is. And now we've seen the evidence of that. So now that he's made this statement boldly, I think that there are plans in the works. I can't be sure, but we at least know now that if the regime doesn't fall in short order, if the people do not collapse the regime themselves within a matter of days or weeks, and if the regime does start executing people, I think there is a good chance that Trump may actually make good on his word.
Beating up on Maduro and killing some civilians in the process is easy. Going into Iran would be hard. But what I can do is cover it and make sure that it's exposed and getting the attention, and doing so with your help. So thank you very much, and I will stay on it, and I'm always a call away.
Thank you so much.